where I have some family, and we'd stop for breakfast at the Wigwam. You remember that?
Still go there.
Is it still there?
It's still
Oh,
there.
that's so awesome.
And it's a great value too. So
That place was great.
yeah.
They're like an institution out there.
And I don't know what it is about the boost that they have there, but it really is conducive to conversation.
Yes.
Whenever I bring friends or family with me there, we always have the best conversations while we're having food.
Is it? Do you know? Is it still the same family?
I don't know if it's
I'm now gonna have to go out there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go out there and really. It's kind of one of those things from childhood where you just have these memories and they're tied to smells and you're like, man, the pancakes there were so good and the bacon was the best and all these kinds of things. Yeah.
it's so good.
So you've been out there and I definitely want to dive into your app, but I kind of want to get a little bit of sense of who you are and what drove you to want to create this app. It's called the Good Shepherd app.
Right.
Right. And we talked a little bit off air about that, but kind of what's your background in this and how did it lead you to that?
Well, I became a Christian long ago when I was about 12 years old. But my journey has been a big struggle for me. I battled addiction for a lot of my life. I've been sober now for 20 years. So
Congratulations. That's huge.
That's great. And through that journey, I found that God has always been with me. Even when I've tried to push him away and I've tried to make that escape and say, hey, I'm not going to do it your way, I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
And found out that just doesn't work. He's always been there, pulled me back, and he's been faithful to my whole life. So as I started to come out of my addictions and started to try to be more faithful to God and to Jesus, I started to want to help other people in their journeys as well. And also, I found it very hard for me to share that with my family. As a father, it's always been my job to be the punishment guy, the one that has to, lay down the law. But when it comes to showing my faith and my love and my support for my family, it's always been a very difficult thing for me to do. And I find that the app allows me to do that because I can connect my prayers that I'm having for those people in my family, and I can share that as part of the family tree that we have in the app. And that way I can share that family tree so family members can look at their part of that family tree and they can see those prayers that are linked to them. So then it kind of helps them understand where my heart is in a way that it's a little bit more easy for me to verbalize it.
Do you have like a technical background? Were you like, hey, I'm into tech, I want to make an app?
No,
really?
No. I've always been mechanical. I've been in maintenance and facilities maintenance for over 40 years. That's where I started my career. So mechanically, I've always been inept, but as far as tech savvy, I haven't been. But that's where we are in this world because we're in a great place where no matter what we want to learn, we can do that now. And so actually, I don't know if you know what Grok is. It's a part of XFAM, and they have it's relatively new. It's called Grok Build, and if you want to build a website or an app, it will actually help you do that. And so people who have backgrounds in coding and stuff, they can go actually into that Grok Build and start building. But what I did was I used Grok, the chat part, and said, I want to build this, help me do it. And so then it just step by step gave me everything that I needed to do to help me build this and to take my vision of what I wanted and make it a reality.
Isn't that incredible? What a time we live in.
It's amazing.
And you can do it. There's a couple things that I found. You can do it not only less expensive, but way faster. And you don't have to pay a developer tens of thousands of dollars to get into this.
I actually was able to build the website for just the cost of the GoDaddy sign up.
Wow.
Everything else is through GitHub and some other companies out there that have these free sites of their platforms that allow you to build your website, and it costs you zero.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I build a lot of stuff with GitHub repository, a Vercel front end, and sometimes a Supabase database part. And you can use their free services, and they're just fine for getting started.
Right.
And so you can kind of get some momentum, get some users, get some income.
Exactly. And then as that builds and as that momentum builds, and you need more storage data, whatever, then you can go to their pay sites and still there's no gap in service. It's just like it's always been. So.
And you can iterate. Like if you're saying, okay, we've built this much of the app, but I want to change this part, how this functions. I want the family tree to be more prominent, or I want to create tabs or anything. You just tell Grok and make a change in a few minutes, rather than you got to go to the dev team and submit a ticket, and then it takes them 24 hours to respond, and then a week to build it, and then I got to look at it. It's so fast now.
It is fast. The slowest part of it is the App Store waiting for their approval, so you can get the changes put into the app because they have to review. So every time that you have to add to that app, you have to submit it for their review, and that review could take a couple of days.
Oh, it's only a couple of days. I was thinking weeks.
Well, when we first put the app for review, it was almost a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
Just
okay.
to get it out there. But the changes are a lot less because it's not, they're not having to go through the entire code. They're just having to look at what you're changing. So the process is a little quicker, but it's still, you're still waiting, and it's a little frustrating. So, and then you find something else that the app's not doing properly, and you're going, okay, now I got to do another change. Because we're still finding bugs in the app and improving it. Just this morning I found that the family tree. I was adding my daughter and my grandson, and it didn't connect properly. So then I ended up with having 2 daughters and 2 grandsons, and I was like, oh, okay, how can I get this out of there? And there's no way to delete somebody once you add a tree. So, we're going to have to add a way of, if you make a mistake, you can erase it.
Yeah.
We're all making mistakes.
It happens. Yeah. It's funny how, like, if I was using your app and I saw that, I'd say, this seems like still delete people. I can't believe they didn't think of that. But I've been on the other side where you are, and it's like, you can't think of everything. You've got a gazillion things you're dealing with.
Right. And that's why it's so important that you're in there every day, trying new things and making sure that stuff is working the way you want it to, and the way that people expect it to work when they sign up for it.
So you have to actually publish it to even like test it. You can't just like, there's not I've never built an app for a phone. So is there no way to like use the app without actually pushing it onto the App Store?
Well, there's a sandbox that you can test it, and then but you also have to assign testers. So you have to have people. You still have to have people download the app so they have it on the phone, unless you're doing it locally, which is your computer only.
Okay.
So you still need to go through the sandbox. You need to still review it, and then allow you to get it online so other people can look at it. For me, I was just doing it locally, so I didn't have that big of a problem. But even when I was making changes to the app, I still have to go through the review process on our end, so that we're reviewing that to make sure that our fix is actually working.
Okay.
And so now that I found a new bug, I kind of have to go through a new a rebuild.
Yeah.
And go through that process again, and then start all over with the review process. But it's all a part of it. Nothing that's worthwhile is easy, they say. So
for sure,
you got to put your work in. You got to be doing it, and just keep trudging through. Just keep working it.
just keep iterating and keep
Right.
making it come to life in your vision.
Right. Yeah.
When you said, okay, I want to build Good Shepherd, you mentioned the struggles in your life and how you wanted to feel more connected. How do I ask this? I like, we don't know each other more than just, the last few times we've talked and we've developed a good rapport. But if I wanted to connect with you on that app, is there a way I can do that?
You have to be in the family tree.
Okay,
So it's not a social media app.
got it.
It's not, it's more of a personal thing, self-reflection, time with God. It has a prayer reminder on it. It has a prayer journal. So you can, people ask me, why do you have a prayer journal and a prayer party app? It's like, well, one is you can share with others, and the journal is more of a dialogue between you and God. So you can see those things. And also the app it'll ask you, was your prayer answered? Are you still going through this? So, and then it also has daily prompts. So it says, where did you see God working in your life today? How can you pray for somebody, circumstances? And so it gives you little prompts because I'm terrible at getting up there and having prayer time.
Yeah.
So it has a notification that says, hey, it's time to pray, and you can set whatever time is best for you. And it allows, it gives you that reminder. So you can spend just a few minutes, because that's really all it takes is just a few minutes to say, God, help me through today. And let me tell you, this morning I was definitely getting into the prayer because I was had the butterflies and I was pretty worried, but I'm feeling much.
Great. I'm glad to hear it. And like, I could see, like, just help me get through traffic, because coming from Fernley into Reno, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was it was a little heavy this morning. I'm not used to getting here into town quite so early, so it was a little bit more than I'm used to, but it was good.
Yeah.
I made it.
So the app is fully launched. Like, I could
Yes.
download it now.
Yes.
Okay. And is there a cost associated with it?
There is a free side. You can use just about all the functions of the app on the free side, and then it has a premium side where you can, like the family tree has family groups. So depending on how far back the generations you want to go, you can go as far back as you can remember.
Okay.
So you can add those groups. Some of the notifications, it has special notifications, sounds, like one's a shofar. So, the one's like fanfare, type of thing. So,
I love that.
so it gives some perks.
Yeah.
But the free side is completely functional, and you can still do most of what the
I love that. Do you have thoughts about tying it into, like, Ancestry or anything like that, where you could pull family history?
I hadn't thought that way. Like if you could report that, that would be something that we could look into. Right now, it's just kind of a simple little, you could add a picture for your relative. You could their name, their birthday, if they've passed, you can also add that. And then also, you can have a little bio, like who they are, where they came from, that kind of thing. So,
Okay.
so future generations, hopefully, my grandkids will be able to go into this app and say, hey, here's your great 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 grandfather who started this.
Right.
And then you can read a little bio and see my picture. Because if you think about it, really only about 2 generations, and people basically forget who you are.
Yes. Yeah.
So this way, it kind of allows future generations to have those roots, because that connection, I feel that we're kind of losing that culture. We're just so focused on today that the past really doesn't have too much meaning until it does.
Yeah, until it does. And then, but if you don't have some kind of record of that,
right,
even if that time comes and it does matter, nothing you can do about it.
Right. Yeah.
I see that in my own family. My dad's dad was kind of the patriarch of the family, and my dad's sister, her kids has kids now, but they don't know my grandfather.
Right.
They don't. I mean, they've heard about him,
Right.
but we have some pictures, but there's no connection there. And he didn't live in a time of social media and instant information and a camera in everyone's pocket. So all I can do is say, Duncan, Grandpa Charlie was amazing, and he was a World War II pilot, did all these things, but there's no real connection there. And this generation is so into the digital world, like you're talking about, building an app is just, I think it's the right way to go.
Yeah.
To help with that.
Yeah. In the past, it was a family Bible.
Yeah.
That's where that information was in that family Bible. And my grandmother's family Bible, I don't even know where it is. She had 9 grandkids, so it's probably with one of them, but I don't know what it is. So I don't see that information. My grandfather died at 64. I don't even remember what he looked like. But I also know was Choctaw Indian who lived on the reservation in Oklahoma. And that's as far as back as that we can go, because uh, the record is that she was married there, but we have no other information. So basically, because Native Americans at that time were so afraid to give any information because they're just coming out of the Trail of Tears and all that. So, their fear of what any of that information is warranted. So that's kind of go use what I know about my heritage. But hopefully, in generations to come, I can put that in the app as much as I know, and then so future generations can go even further back. I was able to have that information.
There's a really good ancestry center here. I have an aunt that's very into ancestry and looking through the family trees and finding relatives that she never knew about. And not to get too religious, but the Mormon Church is really good at this.
Yeah.
They're very good at it. So if you're looking for information about that, might be a good place to start. You probably already know this, but I'm talking more to the folks listening.
Right.
Yeah.
But anything to help get people grounded in their heritage, I think, is an important thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So people can get this on both app stores, the Apple and Google Play Store?
That's correct, yeah.
Wow, okay. And it's officially launched.
Yes.
What's the next, what's the roadmap look like? What's kind of the next big thing you want to add to the app?
Well, I just wanted to function correctly and
That's always important.
and make sure that people are getting the value out of it. And I actually have started another project that I don't want to talk too much about, but it has something to do with closets. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh-oh. Now we're gonna have to have you back on the. That's a great way to pique my interest and say you got to come back.
Yeah.
I love it. So, what's your actual website address where people can learn about it if they want to come and check you out?
It's goodshepherd.org.
.org. Okay.
Yeah, and they can go there. They can kind of get a feel for the app, and then there's links to both the App Store and Google Play Store.
Okay. I really like the idea of the. I talk to friends and family, and they're always saying, "I'm going to pray for your mom," or "I'm praying for you," or "I want to pray for my daughter," or anything like that. And I often wonder. I don't mean to speak ill, but sometimes I wonder if it's just general platitudes or if they actually remember to do it.
Right.
And this sounds like a really good way to make sure, like if I said that to somebody, I want to make sure I do it.
Right.
And so this is a good way to remind me, because it might be hours later when I've set up time for me to pray. And it's like, okay, now, oh, yes, I said I was going to pray for Heather's daughter. Yeah. Biggs is in here. We're hanging out. We're getting pictures. We're here with, we're here with Gregory Barrett. We're having a good time, and we're talking about the Good Shepherd app, because what I think is we're doing here is that, people have lost connectivity with their spirituality. And whether your faith is Christian or Mormon or any faith out there, I think people are losing connection with that.
They are.
And it's a good thing that you're doing this. Do you know kind of your number user base so far? Do you know how many users you've got?
I've got 40 downloads
Okay,
so far. No subscribers yet,
that's
but
all right.
that's normal.
Yeah.
Looking into it, you usually want about 50. It's usually about 50 to 1, 50 downloads per
Okay.
subscriber. So, it's we're brand new, so still just getting it out there.
Just getting started. Yeah.
Yeah, just getting started, getting word out. So, and it's really not about the subscribers. It's really about helping people connect with their family, with God.
Yeah.
So that's the important thing. So as long as that's happening, I feel that the work that I'm putting out there is actually doing something to people.
Do you have a Facebook page or Instagram or TikTok or anything
Well,
like that?
I'm working on all that. So there is a Good Shepherd app Facebook page that I just started. There's also a Facebook group with the same name.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff that I put out is under my name, Gregory Barrett, on Facebook. So I post there every morning. I post a little spiritual prompts for people to kind of start their day with. And that's been well received. Since I started last month, I'm up to 218,000 views. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's been working out pretty good.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for coming. I really have enjoyed chatting with you. I thought, you know, you had mentioned you might be nervous. You seem great. You're not nervous at all. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So make sure you check out Gregory on Facebook. We'll have a link to it on our page as well. We're live on YouTube right now, so I'll drop a link in the chat for folks there. I want to see good things for you, Gregory. I think you're doing the Lord's work, to be quite literal. But also, we need to chat about the thing you're not ready to talk about sometime in the future.
It's completely different.
Good.
It's going another direction, but it's another thing that I think brings value to people's lives.
Well, thank you so much. We are 93.7 FM. We are Northern Nevada's voice. We're on AM 1400 out and beyond. So if you're not able to get 93.7 way out in Fernley, please check us out on AM 1400. Thank you for listening. We'll be right back.
At a Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, we've been accomplishing happy feet for over 30 years.
We offer a various range of shoe sizes and sizes for both men and women, from all-season shoes and orthotics to work boots and safety shoes. Our professional and reliable staff possesses the knowledge to help you find the proper shoes to fit your needs. Hard to fit? Hard to find?
A Proper Fit Footwear is here to give our customers happy feet. We make people aware of potential foot problems as we're sizing their feet, suggesting the right arch support and guiding them to the proper shoes for their needs.
Stop by a Proper Fit Footwear at 4001 South Virginia Street in the Reno Town Mall today, and find the owner Mike Jones and our fabulous staff to find the perfect pair of shoes tailored to your specific needs.
A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, the home of happy feet, where comfort and your feet meet.
Listen up, Reno. Just
Whether you're a business building your brand or just someone who wants gear that actually means something, Neo City Creative has you covered. Custom apparel, embroidery, stickers, laser etch kits, all done in-house, right here in Reno. For companies, we handle your team outfit and branded merch. For everyone else, we make the stuff you actually want to wear. No middlemen, fast turnaround, real people behind every order. Find us at neocitycreative.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Neo City Creative, your brand, your style.
Man, what a wonderful, wonderful person. Gregory was just great. Love chatting with him. We just spent 20 minutes chatting off air with Jay Biggs because what an interesting guy. What a great person. This has been a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. We are 93.7 FM, AM 1400. We are Northern Nevada's voice. And in closing today, I just want to remind you to take care of yourselves out there. Take care of each other. There's a lot of things going on north of Reno that we just don't, yeah, we see the smoke in the air, but we're not really, we're not seeing what's really happening out there. And there's a lot of people hurting. There's a lot of people suffering out there right now. And people are displaced, their animals are displaced, they're looking for places for their horses. If you know of somebody that needs help, please get them in touch with us. We've got a lot of connections. We can put people together as a community to serve each other. That's what the Silver State of Mind is about. Is we are one community. We are a group of people here that can support each other, and I support that. So people like Gregory are doing amazing things. We just talked with Jay Biggs about more app ideas, and the cool thing is that you don't have to be a developer. You don't have to be somebody that has a ton of money that can hire a team and build all these things. You can just start talking to other folks. You can just start talking to AI. You can start building apps, find gaps in the market. It's an interesting time that we live in, and we're fortunate to be here. So thank you for being a part of the show each and every day, Monday through Friday. I really look forward to spending this time with you. So thank you for being here. Tomorrow we got Thrive Thursdays, and we're going to talk about health and getting outside and building each other up and bringing each other along. Because one of the things that happens as we get older is we want to do less, and I find that with myself, and I've seen it with my family, and we've all seen it with our grandparents where they just sit in their rocking chair and they're tired. Well, how do we prolong that before that happens? How do we live longer and live healthier? We're going to talk about that and more tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We got some great music coming up. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
KNNR, Nevada's new retro. Good vibes and good memories. New retro wave music. What background music should be during the day. KPGF 93.7, Nevada's new retro.